to share something with you. If you are a content creator or you plan on making long form content, there's something that you can do physically yourself, and there's also things you can use out there, like Munch is an AI thing that you can literally just go into and be like, all right, I'm going to take this link from this long form video, I'm going to pop it into Munch, and then it's going to generate so many clips from that thing that you put in there, and you'll get like a few free days with them, and you can do like whatever you want for those few days. After that, you can still use it for free. It's just that the length that you can put something in there shrinks down. So it's like, take out the most viral part of this, or like the most viral worthy part of this video between this part and this part, and they will go through and generate you little clips that you can share onto your stories. I mean, your Rails or even your stories, whatever. You can share it onto TikTok or onto Shorts on YouTube. And it just makes it so that you get these like best little clips. It adds the captions, and it gives you so many to choose from, and they're like rated. I'm not sure if when it's not paid anymore, if that rating still applies, but common sense would tell you that when you had the paid one and they're showing you the top ones are the best ones, I'm going to assume that's still going to transfer over to the unpaid one, where they're just no longer giving you the exact number, like from 0 to 100. So you know, the top ones would probably be the best ones. I'm going to assume just how, you know, the brain works and how people would probably program a computer. They're probably not going to want to reprogram all that crap. You know, common sense, guys, okay? So I wanted to show you this because it's a good thing you can do on yourself, too. Like, I went into my little CapCut right there, and I took the video. I made a new thingy. Go back for a moment. Go back. So I did a new project, and I took that long form video, which was like 22 minutes long. I went to the part that I knew I wanted to do, and I clipped that out, okay? So say this is the 22-minute video right here, and you're like, all right, from here, I'm going to snap that or split that to here, and I'm going to split that, and then I'm going to delete this by just clicking on it and then hitting that. But I don't really want to do that, so I'm doing that, okay? And then I came over here, and when you hit text, you can say auto captions, which is right here. So I added auto captions, and when you do that, they give you a bunch of options that are, some are paid, some are free. So I just chose that one, like right there, the quick bear frog, pop it a boop, and then I hit generate, and it takes a few seconds, or like, it depends on how long video is. It doesn't take that long, but it generates. It counts up to 100%. And once it's done generating, you'll see right here. Now, if you really want to get crazy into it, you can go through this and edit these so that they don't say the wrong word, because sometimes it does, you know, especially with the spiritual stuff, like, in Mune Namaste is always something weird, and this is Bridget Brown with divine, that's always fucked up. Like, this is Bridget Brown, like, all these crazy things. So you can go through it and edit it, especially if there's something important in there that you want them to know for sure. But I've noticed that these types of videos actually perform better because it's something else that's keeping people's attention. It's not just you talking, it's not just the cards. They're actually able to read along, so it does help to retain attention when you have captions. I believe most of these places, like if somebody's deaf or whatever, they can set them to have the captions. Like, I've done it by accident before on some of my stuff, and sometimes they just pop up automatically, like on Facebook. But having ones like this that are a little bit more interactive, they're not that run-of-the-mill and could be off on people's phones, can help you to possibly get better, you know, views and all of that. So I did that. I also added text where I wrote full video on the Divine Essentials channel so people know, okay? And I want them to know what it is. It was day 18. And once you edit a text within a video, because the first time you add text to your videos, it's going to be like the run-of-the-mill blank, you know, there's no fancy font, all of that. Once you do one within that thing that you're editing, it will still pop that up the next time you do it. So you don't have to go and edit each and every single time you add text to your video, which is good. But I think there's probably a way I could save this. I haven't really looked into that, but I'm sure, yeah, look, save as preset. So if I really liked this one, I could save it. So the next time I do this, I'll keep that in mind. I'll make one that I really like, and I'll just save it as a preset so that every time I come in, that's the defaulted font that's going to be used. Okay. But anyways, I want to go back and say day 18 of 21 for that Divine Healing Challenge. Just so that people know, because if they're like, wow, I really want to hear the rest of this, that gives them something they can follow up with. Okay, I'm going to make it small so that it's not like taken over. And then it ends right there. But boop, I came down here and I was like, all right, I'm going to add one of these because this is my Instagram that I'm going to be sharing it on. So I went to the stickers and I hit like, and then I scrolled until I found the one that looks like that. Okay, so I was like, boop. And they have a whole bunch right there. Okay, so that's what I did. And again, I saw some other cool thing that is AI powered last night. I think I recorded some of it. I can't remember if I was so tired. I don't think I recorded any of it, but I already went through it and did like a whole run on my own so I could show other people how to use it. And it's pretty cool. The thing with me in those types of things is I'm very creative and I'm really good at coming up with stuff anyways. So like a lot of times when I use these AI things, I'm like, that's kind of lame, you know? Or no, that's like, I could have came up with that anyways. So it just depends on the one. And again, I do think AI can be great for helping you with your business, especially if you're somebody that doesn't have any ideas right now. You know, you can ask it to be whatever expert you need and to give you the information and advice that you're seeking. I know some people struggle to get even that far with like, what should I prompt into it? So I do plan on sharing more about all of that stuff. And again, I can't stress it enough, like, follow your intuition, trust your gut, don't stop stalling, stop being afraid. Just, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you like to do? Do it. I feel like I tell people that so much, and it's become like an aggressive, just do it. One other thing that you can do while you're in here is you can make sure that the volume on it is all the way up. That way it will have a better sound. And you can also say reduce the noise. So if you know there's noise in the background, you can reduce that. And I would recommend doing that before you cut it up.
Retrain yourself of like,
Why did I cut it up?
I'm healed, I'm aligned, I am in my mission.
Oh yeah, because I was showing you guys. I'm like, why did I cut this up? Duh. ADHD.
The result.
About what I'm doing, Eva. So yeah, usually you wouldn't have to do this because unless you get to the end, which I don't recommend because then you have like a whole long ass video to do this for.
I am in my mission, I am in my purpose.
I don't know, maybe does it have the option to change all? Yeah, no, it doesn't for some reason. Some of the things have that, and I know one of the other apps I used had that. I actually might go back to that other app because I can remember like so many times being like, why doesn't this thing have that thing? And it was just a basic video editor that has a free version. I even paid for the paid version at one point, but for some reason it won't come over to this phone. It's like, oh, we don't know what the problem is. It's like, buy it again. No, not gonna. Okay, so that is that. And now I just go save it. And it will be quick because, and you can make as many of these as you want. Like you could take your long form video that you made and put out short form content for the rest of the week just based off of that, depending on what you do too. Like it doesn't even matter because if you're just taking like 30 to 60-second clips of say a 20-minute video or a 10-minute video, there's gonna be plenty of them. I would recommend taking the best parts or the most engaging parts or the most relative parts to what you've got. And I do plan on making more of these from this video, but you know, this is the one we're doing for now. So then I go over to my Instagram and that's the reading right there. So it's linked in my stories, you know, and I'm going to go and I'm going to say, I'm going to do a rail. So it's already prompt to rail, but if I wanted to do a long form video, you can do one up to 15 minutes on here, but you'd have to hit post and then hit that long form video so that you can use it. But we're doing a rail. It's under 1:30. We're just going to click on this.
Retrain yourself.
And we're gonna boop. And then doopity beep. I'm gonna cut some of this off here. I'll take this off. I think that will all fit. I'm gonna take this out because it doesn't really relate. Thank you so much for being here with me through this challenge. I'm just focused. We don't have to have that either. We'll get rid of that. But again, instead of writing a whole thing over from scratch, I'm just gonna pop this up in there. Day 18. Come down here and put in some hashtags. When you do hashtags, once you've used some, Instagram has them saved. But you know, like if I hit T, they're gonna show me twin flame ones, like all the twin flame ones. But if you've never used them, they're going to have numbers here. People recommend, you know, doing a couple of the big ones, like really big ones, a couple of the in-between ones, and then a couple of the small ones. And what I mean by that is the numbers. So if, like, there's only this many people views it, because look, it says public post right here with tons of numbers. You only want to use a couple of the ones that have huge, massive numbers. And actually, I talked to the people from Instagram on the phone one day. They called me to do like advice support. And he even said, like, be very specific with your hashtags. He told me to use one that's like Divine Essentials. You know, I'm doing the Divine Healing Challenge. So, not all of them, you know, but also try not to like get ones that are insanely used up. And you can tell it also depends, like again, I'm gonna do Starseed. They're not gonna show us, but like these are the ones that say recent are ones that I used for a reason. So, and you can also use an app for that. You can ask, but be careful which one you use, because I think like if you just use the regular old general AI, they may give you ones, I just got a snap from Spirit, that are actually like banned on TikTok or aren't really like the best, like nobody else has ever used that, or you know what I mean? They're just random things that like they think would be good for whatever you're talking about. Because say I have this here and I copy and I paste this and I say, hey, generate me some hashtags for this post. They may take things out of here like that just don't make sense, like hashtag namaste, and that would make sense, but not, because that's a really wide one. I wouldn't want to have a bunch of those. Or they would take things that I said in here, like the cost, and be like capital T, capital C, with the hashtag, like the cost. Like, why are you doing that? So I would use, because there are things out there, generators that are like legit for Instagram, and there's things out there that you can use to ask, is this one of the ones that have been banned? You know, it will scan through it and make sure that it hasn't been banned, or that it's not going to cause your post to be shadow banned and all of that, okay? And those things do exist, whether we want to, you know, admit it or not. People do get shadow banned, and it depends on what you're doing and how good they perceive you to be. You know, not being consistent, not communicating with other people, not sticking on the app, like posting and ghosting, not a good idea. Sometimes it just happens. I get overwhelmed because of social stuff. Like a lot of times I shut down if I know there's too many messages for me. But if you keep doing that, you know, that will limit your reach on stuff. They want to make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing on here, talking and keeping people on the app. And it can be a little demanding, but you can also get like social media people to help you with that too. Somebody that's gonna, you know, answer all your messages, or, and that's hard. Even with that, doing what I do, it's hard to be like handing that over. You know what I mean? Because people message me with like deep stuff, emotional stuff, scars and wounds and like dramas, you know, like storybook dramas. And I don't think they want anybody else reading it, you know? So it's almost like I feel like I've got to warn people, like, okay, I'm getting help. So, you know what I mean? I didn't feel right about it. I've done it before. I've had people help me, but there's part, like, I'm like, anybody that says anything more than like 4 sentences, just let me know. Because most likely that's not anything you can help them with. But most businesses and people can have that, because it's like, hey, how do I find this thing? Or, you know what I mean? Like, general questions are not wicked or personal and emotional. It just depends on what you're doing. So, yeah. I keep chatting and I don't know what I'm doing. But Oh, look it, they are showing me them for some reason. That's cool. I've used these before, but like 1,219, 40,000, Sacred Feminine, these are low number ones. These are easier to get connected with. Okay, like the Divine Self-Healing Challenge, I made that up for what I was doing. But yeah, you can see like the difference. Like Reiki Healer, probably easier to get than some of the other ones. Or just like, you're more likely to get featured in the, what do you call it? Like the search board there, the main thing, because like when people go there, they get drawn to something. So that's another aspect of it all. You want people to be drawn in to whatever you're doing. If you put a cover image on it, that will help a lot. I used to do that. Well, again, do as I say, not as I do. Guys, I know the answers. I don't always apply the answers. I do know. I just, when it comes to me. And, it's just what I do. All right, so they say you can go up to 30. If you have over 10,000 followers, you can do a little bit less. And everybody has their fucking opinion on it anyways. So let's say Starseed Awakening, soulful business. All right, so you see what I mean. You can tag people, you can change your audience, you can tag products. I can tag products because I have a shop that I've all integrated into this, but not everybody might have that right now, but we can show you that. I actually want to change it. I want to get out everything into one shop and have that one shop like where everything is interconnected to. I want to be on TikTok shop. I want to be on my Etsy. I want to be on my Instagram. So I feel like I probably could use Shopify to do that, because I'm pretty sure Shopify will integrate to all of those places. Not 100% sure, but I think they are. Here, we'll add that. You can add as many as you want, doesn't matter. And then I'm not sure. It could be different depending on what type of post it is. If it's like a rail or a carousel post or a long form. And then I'm going to add my location because this is where I reside with the business. You can edit the cover, if there's a certain part of the video that you want to show people, you can do that. Or you can add the camera roll, and I could do this one, and then you can crop it even. So if you're like, you could boop, 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 okay? And then we double check, and we're good, and we share. Boppity beep, boppity boop, beep beep boop, boop beep beep boop, and it doesn't take long because it's only a little rail. And that is how we do that. Okay? So hopefully that will assist somebody. And my namaste.